The device. You can't.
Because you can't. Oh, there it is.
Welcome to the show. D Speaks. You think I am Dunamis D, and I am Dunamis Woman, and we are right here on. We got a great show for you today, and awesome. It's going to be power dynamic because that's what dynamic term dynamic for Dunamis, and it means a miracle. Miracle man, you are a miracle. Come through the womb of a powerful woman. That's why we celebrate women. That's why we in. So as you can see, you can hear me. You see a beautiful black. I mean, she's just the one and only Brandi Harvey.
I can say for this song, I was channeling Ya Asantewaa,
You
great
represent,
warrior.
yeah.
Yeah, that was also my Halloween style. I wore the kente for you.
Well,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, you in the right place. Dunamis has come where we come.
Absolutely,
We come from
absolutely.
Africa. Tell us what.
It's almost two because I think I have my hand in search right now. But as the love beyond her, I stand for women of color, African jobs. So I want people to know, what, there is light at the end of the tunnel. And so really my mission to educate, teach, and speak to their health, mentally, it's all connected. Everything that we do, everything that we speak, everything we eat is all connected. Understand that and therefore that we have the power to heal our lives. I've been up to.
That's what you're up to.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's not a word. That's it. It's a work because it's your purpose. And you love to
feel like work.
It's not
It
work.
really is my gift. It took me such a long time. I think you spend so much time trying to find it. Find what am I doing something with my life? I'm like a quarter life crisis.
Lord
yeah,
Jesus.
As soon as I turned 25, crisis.
I had that at 55.
So, it's been a journey. It's just been a real journey, get to this point. And so I started to really take control of my emotional health.
Yes,
and so that became for me. And then over the last 2 years, the biggest focus of my life.
Yeah.
I've been into health and wellness years old. And so, just emotionally, mentally healing from the traumas, lives with traumas.
Yeah,
The
starts to stink and
you're so crazy. That's you.
No.
That's you.
Healing is my breath.
Yeah.
I'm even in Barber's tour in 2019, healing for my soul.
Yeah.
So the topic about today, how to love the soul of woman. I believe we're talking about not looking at it from a man and within and within ourselves. Today, I want to have a brief discussion. You said in the beginning, I get that all the time. D, what are you doing a lot? And a lot of people just don't get it, but I get it, and I know you get it. So experiences when people doing a lot. Do you get any feedback? Like, really, what are you?
You know what? I'm not busy. And so much of my busy.
Yes.
Is, traveling, being the executive director of my family's foundation. I was gone multiple times a week. So I was getting a week. I was not really at home. I wasn't consistently being here. So I wasn't consistently the way I wanted to be. I wasn't, the relationships that I wanted to have. And so, busy.
Yes.
Because I was to face certain things. I didn't want to be at the house.
You stay busy.
Yeah, you just stay. Girl, I always got something to do, and you really ain't doing nothing but spinning your wheels.
Correct.
And so I'm busy.
Yeah.
And so when I say I'm doing time, is spent by myself. I spend a lot of time. I become very comfortable with being. I'm a twin. I was born into the world with a partner. So, and she is my best friend. Enjoy spending time with my sister. I love spending, my nephew and my family. I've really become so comfortable and being quiet. And so it took a minute to understand that was found in the stillness. When I got quiet.
Yes.
And so many find the answers in our lives. We got everybody else filling up. We got everybody else telling us what we should be. You should do that. You should start that. You look on Instagram. Oh, I'm not doing
right.
I'm not goals.
Right.
I didn't. Oh, she always. I stopped looking at other people's success, and I really started to live my quality of life. And the bags less and less important.
Yeah,
I'm less and less.
Brandi.
My time is less and less. They stopped knowing me in those places. Stay with that. Diet in particular, so many completely made based vegan life. I couldn't go there anymore because they didn't even serve the kind of food.
Yes,
but they also didn't.
Yes,
when I gave up alcohol, to the place I used to go. I knew all the happy spots on Sundays. I could sit raft of mimosas and Monday try to get myself amazed, and then do it all drinking wine and tacos and margaritas on Saturdays. So it was like always this cycle of things my life because I went to focus and who I was on the side. That's when the glow up happened. You didn't glow. Oh, girl, I see you just it's a glow up. Well, I had to grow up.
What was that? 100%. We walking hand in hand. But for you, body, mostly in general, we are busy doing what people on doing stuff just busy. I'm like, what the hell?
Wants to struggle play. I don't want to see it.
It's your purpose. Not what is your life purpose?
Yeah.
Where have you found your center? What was that? Because I'm from Chicago, probably 20 years, and I love being in and disrupt to see you go. You know what I mean? And that's family. So I love it.
Lives tend to be our family.
Tends to be the first process. What was your that you said, Brandi?
Journey. One step, because they told me on spring break that I was fluffy, and so I then back to Hampton and was like, fat. And so I started, at 19 and different changes to be a fitness competitor for me. 6 years ago, 2.5 years would not eat any more animals. And when I made that switch, it clicked for me.
Okay.
It clicked living, breathing.
Yeah.
And so when I stopped taking debt in order to make my life full and whole things, right? And so I made a full commitment for going. I go to therapy every
THERAPY.
I sit on the couch.
You sit on the couch.
Sit on the couch.
I'm talking about with emotional healing emotional healing particularly is essential. And we have to process. Here's Therapuo.
Yeah.
But to get us to sit in therapy,
remember right after there, and we were really trying to reconnect. Had abandonment, and I was young, and so my mind present. Was there. He always took care of us.
Yes.
And it so many things, and everybody said, well, you should just get over. And I remember, and my sister was married. And black people ain't got no time for nothing. Ain't got time for that. You just get over dealing with my abandonment. Didn't know that I was suffering as a woman from a first man who was supposed to love me and protect me.
Yes.
And so then I was shifts. So I got the same age as my father. I stayed in a relationship because I was just listen all the time. And you wondering why these relationships never be what you want. Well, because you haven't in the nitty gritty of your soul. Keep sweeping under and saying, well, it's okay. He's one clicking y'all life away.
We won. But another again.
Because I knew I was there. Shop my way. I drank.
It's a part of it because I share that abandonment. Yeah. And in my book, I wrote it begins with that father. Although they panic, these kids need relation from the man.
Yeah.
What that
tips that I was on, especially like write all the time about my feelings and things that are, and even when I had to do this, and I had to go back. I had two very my life. The first one was old, and we stayed in a relationship through, which was he played such a and with. And I looked at those relationships. When we clung to each other because he had mom by his mother and I was him to be my daddy and his mama. And then when I got, because I was so sick that he was always available and he always showed up and he was always consistent. And so I stayed in that understanding that I was looking for, he really could have asked me. And so when I started me understand that if you don't dig but
at the root, it would surface, and that's why we keep running and going and we keep the emotionally eating.
Yeah.
And that's why I commend you, because even I had to, of what,
For sure.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back with Brandi. I'm loving me some Brandi because it's hard to want to be emotionally right and love themselves to shout. Okay? We're going to take a loud no. But if you think right back.
And life, because I have it 5. Yes, that's it. Rolling out every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. You were going to get You Think. We're going to have relationships because we got real issues. But I want you to join me. Don't forget, every 2:30 p.m. on Rolling Out Live, a segment just for you. It's called Dear Questions. You can get into these. So I want you to join and follow me on Facebook. And you can also hit Instagram at D.
What's up, guys? This is Lipstick and Cognac. You guys will be on rollingout.com, giving you all the here to help you out, man. On 5 p.m. Each your favorite duo. You don't want to. And this will be a great time.com. This ROLLI.C. This great laugh. This truth, man.
I'm Dunamis D. Collins, and I am been having some awesome discussion. And we typically voice of our real awesome men out live. But we're not discriminating because I am a woman. It is very women because healing is the core of who I am. Which would show, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stations when I'm really emotional and you haven't made here just to be talking. That's why I appreciate, because you're not so serious. Only here we become the Diddy. We become a land of ATL.
Thousandaire.
To be millionaire.
The thousandaire.
You know.
Everybody at the LA Fitness. Stop it.
Know that out of our pain, where we need emotional healing, because we come from South. We have been victimized through our ancestors of the slavery
absolutely.
and all that. Emotional healing for us because of children and
Yeah.
our children.
That's it. I mean, the reason commitment to therapy and heal my
You go, come on.
children.
Yeah.
The mistakes of my grandmother and those curses,
Yes,
I
yes.
saw that upon my
Yes.
mother. And so I said, I don't have children. I have time together, so I don't impart that a way of thinking, that saying of thinking, and so many things that I self-esteem that was passed on from her mother. You see
Really,
it.
if you really see it.
Yeah.
But face it for
Yeah.
yourself.
And
And
that's-
I'm a bad mother. Don't
Absolutely
make
not.
bitches.
Yeah.
You know, like that out all kind of. She didn't like my daddy. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
stand up. You know what I mean? Feel impacted. I can't even blame, because I am a curse breaker and my children's
Absolutely.
children, and also much like her as far as being unmarried, not having any children, and to get it right for her children. Emotional healing hypes me and my two daughters, breaking that curse that they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Firmly did not have, but what
Yeah.
big woman who know how to.
If you could
Mhm.
financially,
Yep.
yeah, well, he helped me, or he bought me this, or he took me here, or he bought me this plane. Yes, my by what he could
He can do.
Pretty much in that old school sense, you know.
I ain't never heard.
Why?
Watch Family Guy.
Oh, it was those things that you know, kind of trap.
Mhm.
I just he does stuff for your problem.
Yes,
You know, and I
yes.
look at influencers,
Yeah.
followers,
I'ma go
but
ahead.
they would as you rather cry in the phantom than they would. No, but
Mhm.
I don't want to. I don't want to have drama to
Yeah,
be in a relationship, crazy in love, fighting. I gotta be.
Then we make sense.
Nah. Or you kind of find yourself trapped in.
It was shopping.
It was things that I was deeply connected to for the party.
Mhm.
I wouldn't go in pissed.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, I'm sorry. You don't hang around the girl house.
That's something.
This is, what are you doing something? And I not understood things with
Yeah.
these people not being high off weed without alcohol. Have to actually confront my. So in this day and time, alcohol, I feel all my up high as hell out my mind because it was like, I'm like that.
But you know what? I was on my way here, you know, and I know my secrecies. I've come to discover, Brandi. You know what I mean? All my them.
Yeah, you're
It's
going
the-
to be able to get to the
It's-
next
it's
level.
It's the only way.
It's like it talks about. I love these people. We love to be so woke. They be so woke. Look at my Facebook post, and you was like, you still see that it's all connected. Money, you're sitting up here.
And we have a lot of people who are prostitutes are not getting.
in.
They're not.
And with your peace.
It's ridiculous.
So
serious.
Hey,
you not go out here and judge somebody. You know what I'm saying?
But then when you am I losing at this? Because see myself when he
Oh,
leaves,
come on now.
he don't stay because he got to go home. Things happen, right? And vices. Oh,
Yes.
Well, now, that's I'm not feeling my time, but that means I have to face myself.
I have.
What he did for me was it helped me. It was like, look, this is real. You're not alone. This way.
Right.
You're not the only abandoned by their father. You're not the selves to inadequate.
Was promiscuous. We as a Black race are on the
Yeah.
kidney pole, raising families by themselves. So that means lack of father. Come on, talk about it. It all is because there are
Traumas deep down within our
within.
bones.
Within our joints and our
DeGrew, and this was into the executive director of the dealing with youth coming from female headed. I would sit and be privy in counselors who were on site during our camps. The emotion, the grief, the undealt, mourn, all the sexual. I was sitting up to react and live our lives, and so it led me to the teachings of who wrote the book. And Post written, I want to say back, he was a professor at Portland University. Our DNA. Right? Because if you are, right, your whole life is basically
yes.
You're holding your breath, children. You're and being racially profiled. Police are behind you. Your husband walks out holding your breath.
Phone.
Well, Lord, what?
I don't think that's trauma. Anxiety that comes
and what
with.
we've had to do, what we've all these things, communities to grieve. We had to go back. We were kidnapped from our land. put held in slave dungeons on what was going to be our fate, right? Now, healthy life. But look, it's deep for people who come back from our ear and for hundreds.
Stay do this to them, it will last up to 300 years,
and
it's still
here.
prevalent, and it's still because it's being.
And so we've been mapped. Look at me, I got stars on the. Look at me, I airbag right in the.
Looking at the richness, you're looking at his ideas. What about your?
That's
what about
not
your ideas?
The label show you where my value is, right? The label should show you that.
Brandi, we have a question. What's the question?
First question is, what's someone who is trying to reconsole from a broken home with a father absent?
The mother.
Or mother.
Father or mother first.
Well, I think that one of the things I mean, I'm in therapy. I'm always going to recommend, and I'm not necessarily a pastoral counselor. I think that can be wonderful at times. Somebody a scripture and telling me to go pray up in the, I was deeply rooted in the Baptist church. And so I would definitely tell one, go talk to somebody, get your feelings out. Yeah. But I think you have to uncover how this is deeply affected. I think you have to look at the feelings that you have with you and what can you feel. If you don't honor this way back to the top.
And feelings is not only come repressed, just what you're saying, because I grew up in the church all my life, Baptist or whatever, and then I'm a clinical therapist as well. I started my healing for my soul journey from a relationship coaching standpoint. One thing that I do, therapeutic process and the spirit word to help you. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is tearing down these thinking that you going in there thinking you're going to get some your black ass home is still the same.
Listen,
come on, true.
Listen.
It's scared to go to therapy over clinical therapy. Hey, that's the main thing with black folks. You don't know shit. No, I'm so
I had to pay for that.
But I'm going to go back all the time. I have two. All my stuff is how to. Shop is $30. The woman don't have $30, but I promise you got purses.
You got bundles.
You got bundles.
You got bundles. You got 22 inches in your head. You find a way to pay for the things.
And my answer to this is first see your own value. Investing. The reason why you go to the church is because the only reason why I'm doing it is because you putting your tithe in your. First of all, half of them you can't even get to no more. They too famous, high in power, and half of they need. They're looking at the pastor that he or she is a man or a woman issues. Their marriage still are just fix one another. Yeah. The father, you see what I'm saying?
He's the God.
Yes. See who he created you to be. Absolutely. To go back to the source of who he created you to be. Coaching is about spirit. That's the therapeutic component.
Absolutely.
And that's what emotional healing. It's hard out. White women, I've spoken to black women, and wants the therapy in the black.
Getting recalibrated every week. Because it's not just about showing. It's about as a wife, as a mother, to somebody unbiasedly calibrated. I'm just
say this. I'm gonna take another break. But Brandi and Pastor Dee, they think I'm supposed to hear they shit. I'm gonna hear on that one. With these speaks, you think.
Your spiritual leader and coach. And I'm so excited because every 12:30 p.m. you were going to get insight. Speaks you think. We're going to have real relationships because we got some real issues. But guess what? You think you're going to come up with life and relationships. So I get every Tuesday from 11:30 p.m. on Rolling Out Live, and I mean just for you. It's called Ask Your Questions. You can get insight and specificity. So I want you to join me because it's live. And follow me on Facebook, Dee. And you can also hit me up on Instagram at DSpeak. See you soon.
Taking Cognac. Starting on Tuesday, you're on rollingout.com. And Rolling Out giving you all the tea you need for a relationship to help you out, man. Make sure y'all tune in from 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whether your favorite talk show, Lipstick and Cognac. That dynamic duo, you don't want to miss Cognac. Make sure you tune in. Tune in on rollingout.com. ROLLINGOU.com, and also on Facebook, man. It's gonna be a great time. Y'all don't want a great laugh, great talks. Man, we ain't really some expert. We make sure y'all tune in and Lipstick and Cognac.
And he was like, well, you know what? I'm ready. I done cuss more than you do.
I really not cuss. See, your notes were for yourself. Emailed me were for you.
Should have started something up in me.
Because this is about about loving a woman and loving a black woman, like when you hear this black women have attitude, black women, come with all this stuff. Yeah, we come with stuff.
Yes.
Our whole life has been about holding your about experiencing trauma, and just your whole life has been racist. Well, wouldn't you be a little a little on edge? With a Negro with some attitude sometimes to do what you say you're gonna do because the world is for me.
And because I'm very impacted.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of seeing us, the children are being impacted. I'm very tired of prospering, but you're still staying the same. I'm tired of us looking for people. I love your dad, but hell, I got a mission.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I have a purpose too. Steve Harvey, that respect you.
Yeah.
I commend you.
Oh, Mary, afraid to shine our light. Are afraid to actually share what we actually teach from our own experiences. Oh, don't nobody want to hear that. But there is somebody that's in the same thing. It's like when I talk about what I know that I sing from the I know that I'm not the only honey. I am the bomb doo-wop thing. Yes. Hold me a note, honey.
But truth. I want to talk about Brandi because that connection of we talked about on Breaking. Y'all probably live. You're in your space. You're steadily you're reading books and for yourself, and you are doing lifestyle for yourself, and then stepping out. And when you step out, in my little community and I love being by myself, but worthy of my hire. Gift pay wages.
Yeah.
People are out there doing work.
With these, very influential. They got all the millions of followers. They on television shows. They have all this stuff, and they're very highly recognized. And then, often these are the most empty people that when they have nothing to say.
Yes.
It's Photoshopped.
Yes.
You're really not. When people see me, like I'm who I to be.
That's right.
I'm not. You're not getting. That's my stomach. Then my arm. My hard work. Yeah. Those are my. Subscribe to my newsletter. That's hers. Everything I've written in my ebook. I'm who I post. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Like, and so see if
I'm gonna make that
and we
post.
buy it on Instagram or some girl. Like, are you?
Like that.
But seriously, we fantasize and romanticize, and we put them on these pedestals. They make mistakes in front of the camera, and they don't want to take a picture of human, right?
Yeah,
but we romanticize that when they show up, will be expectations. It was like when you asked me can you talk about your expectations? I've learned not to have expectations on people. So even like when I'm studying, reading, and I'm listening to podcasts and I'm watching those and sermons and all these different things.
Feed yourself.
It's
you go. Come on now.
You gonna get them then some. You're gonna cut my.
That's right.
I over deliver who I am.
It's like throwing up. You have taken in. And the beautiful when you have your space to yourself, you don't have all these ears and conversations. You know what I mean? To be able to live and be a junkie. You can't be healed to be nasty. You need healing.
Yeah, like at home. So like I have to space so I can write.
Now.
Like if my space, if it's not organized, if it's cluttered around, then I have to remove everything. It's like I can't dishes in the sink. Like I can't write if I have dishes here. Everything has to be clear, right?
Most definitely.
Because I won't be able to clear.
Mine is not going to be. I'm still thinking. So I have to be able to give my all. When I sit books or whatever, my space have to be tranquil.
Yeah.
I don't.
I didn't burn my sage. My incense
going.
No.
Tune myself. Silence is my wonderful.
In the silence, in the stillness, is where I went on a silent meditation, and for 5 days I went to the mountains of Buddha, and this was. I left my job in August. I walked away. I had a liver, and I was like, what's my next move? Like, and going to like, nah, God, that ain't really what you trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, lay on the sink, And I remember like getting in the shower one night, slam my laptop down because I was like, I'm not. And I kept, hearing, you can call it spirit, the divine, whatever.
You're good.
Do what you've done.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I get like 1:30 in the morning. I wake up 4 hours later and I'm like, to get no music on, to get what you never done.
Mm-hmm.
And on a meditation retreat, I saw this one in California, like, oh girl, deep pop. Like, go to this one over here in Boone. It's 5 hours outside of Atlanta. You there, and in the drive, you can
right
for what you about to. Went up there, and I was like, I'm not about to get your breakthrough thing, it's no thing for me. And I remember sitting that we did, and it's 8 hours a day of yoga, right? And so days of the retreat that I did, so you go into like the meditation, we're in silence. So before we go into silence, and he's like, if you laugh, if you cry, you're about to be laughing or crying up in here, you're just about to do this meditation. And literally, and we're probably like 40 minutes in, and I am bawling. The ugliest cry. Like, stop. Oh, God, I'm like the only black lady up in your life together. And during the time I released the relationship that I had recently ended with, because we were, you know, a part of each other's lives, you know, all of my adult, I finally released that relationship.
In that meditation.
Like, I felt of it. I felt the shame of that. And I was like, okay, for nothing else, I came here for that. But I ended up angry when I went silent. I was mad as hell. Yeah. Even I was like, just get in your own. Don't nobody in the
and it will bring
I was
up
like,
that.
but I'm gonna know if I leave this shit. And so I stood on the mountain one morning, and I'm looking in this like vastness, God's creation, and I'm like, just a part of this. Part of this.
Yes.
I get to bear witness to these leaves, witness to this life. I get to bear witness to this. I am so grateful for me and what's created in my life.
That's because seriously, being in a space and a time by yourself, but I was in Birmingham, Alabama. I was by myself. I went from a 4 or 5 bedroom apartment in Birmingham, Illinois. Yeah. 1 year I had after my break, the business folding, and much that was going on. But if I way in the peace and the silence, nobody know, nobody. You go to the store, nobody.
So you are. Exactly.
Ain't that a beautiful thing?
Yeah. No.
I was so and that anger out, but it changed my whole.
We're so afraid of darkness within us. We're so afraid because we're so used in this day and age of like real of our lives. Yeah. Well, is it postable? And so if it's not postable, how to handle it? We don't know what to do. You start to confront the ugly, deep darkness of you. I'm not walking around here like I'm some freak. Right. No, there are times I do not. People come up to me and I'm like, yo, like this, I'm not nice today. I'm not nice today.
That's your truth. Allow to be true to thyself.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I like out. I can sometimes don't want to be by myself. I don't want to talk.
It shows us how multifaceted we are. I'm not one-sided.
No.
Yeah, I have a platform of Beyond Her about, your greatness awaits at the journey is within, and it totally is. The journey begins within.
It begins within.
Because it begins within days that I don't even give to somebody
else.
That's
right.
That I feel like I don't have it today.
Admit and say, you know what? I don't have a word.
Hey friend, I don't even know what day, or those are the days that
I'm a woman too. Feeling it today, horny, and I ain't feeling that either.
I didn't know this. I'm like, I didn't choose this life. It chose. I did not choose this life. I'm telling you, I thought I was so content. Having, these, the sexual, for me not to even be like not smoking, not having sex, like I really celibate either. But this life, I tell you,
the point is that you're not trying to be because for those who are trying to
sitting on the stage in Alabama, being like trying to fit into this religious mode, right? So hard as a speaker, I defer my missions to Emory 3. And I was like, yo, this is happening to me. And I remember like sitting on this talking about celibacy, but I just hadn't had sex in 3 months. I'm celibate. I just hadn't slipped at that time. And I remember being up there. I remember this journey of celibacy because it's been 8 years. And I was like, damn, 8 years. I get her. Her. 8 years she has sex.
Because use that to cover and mask emotional pain.
Yeah, and it really is just, the power, energy, understand that somebody who was not worthy, like you're not even worthy. Like I'm about to take stratosphere, homie. Like to give you the key. So this is the key.
And it's a kingdom. And you don't want to do it to be. Then you get up and you're so
you like
why
stupid to you, and
you like you want to shoot yourself in the foot.
You eat Popeyes and and you like about.
We're gonna take a break. Last segment. Oh my God, I hope you enjoying Dee Speaks You Think with the her quest is he mentally, spiritually, all that,
Let's
and
get
physical. We're going to come right back.
This is Brandi D. Collins, your spiritual life and relationship coach. And I'm sorry, I have an awesome show that's just for you, rolling out live. Yes, that's it. Every Tuesday from 11:30 p.m. You were going to get He Speaks, You Think about life and relationship. Guess what? He Speaks, You Think, You real solution about your life and relationship. I want you to join me. Don't forget, 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Rolling Out. I have a special segment just for you. That means you can ask your questions. You can ask with specificity. So I want you to be live and follow me on Dunamis D, and you're going to be.
Guys, this is Lipstick and Cognac. Start rollingout.com, giving you all the tea you here to help you out, man. Make sure you hop in. Each is your favorite Lipstick and Cognac. Here with that dynamic duo, Shady Comics, and then Cognac till like it is personality, man. It's gonna be make sure y'all tune in on this ROLLING.com and also Facebook, man. It's gonna be a great time, great laugh, truth, man. We .com, man. Lipstick and Cognac.
Back to Dee Speaks You Think of Dee Speaks You. We have a question that we just don't want to. Brandi and Dunamis D. Dee Speaks.
Why do you think whole seminars and workshops about with HBCUs, universities, will fix?
Brandi, I'll let you go first.
Well, yes. To the second part of your question, whole seminars about trauma. Absolutely. I went to HBCU college. I went to Hampton University. But, I do because I knew sooner.
Yeah.
What up against, like why I was feeling the way what was even considered trauma, because most of us like either being sexually assaulted or being like a victim of some sort of violence. I think that the emotional the leading cause, because I think that women, we've just never was this piece done years ago, like Women Dead, and it was on the around through email, and Black women have luxury of having the locals, falling out of our everyday because we are the last rung on, and we're the ones in our family.
We have been given, and it goes back to what we were talking, the absentee of the father, put in the position because man was there for whatever reason, but take all the responsibility. So we have to go and run to the religious sector for help, and they're just as broken as we are. Even to answer that question even more, I think educational seminar need to be, and I'm talking because you got an organization, embrace truth. And then when we need to think, and we need to take it into Black churches. Sermon, we need an education. That's why Speaks You Think is make you think, and when you think about it, so it's not going to face it. And this is weird because we are awake. Awakening all day long. And we can go on Periscope. You want to face it for you. Brandi got to face it for her. You know what I'm saying? My daddy.
And even if you would still have your
and
own
I still
stuff.
would have to face it. We all have our pain. So what's right here on Dee Speaks You Think. You are all that we're talking about. We do that's going to teach you on how to do. Follow us, Dunamis Woman. Brandi, how can they?
On Instagram, I am Brandi Harvey on Instagram, and my wellness brand Beyond Co on Instagram, beyondher.co. Subscribe to my newsletter every Tuesday.
There you go. Likewise, near future.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time. Dee Speaks. Have a great day.